Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Micah. Micah is basically the same name as Michael, just with an old modern twist. The name Michael is derived from the Hebrew word mikha'el, which actually translates into a question, who is like God? Yes, it seems odd to have a first name that basically asks a question, however, the question is thought to be rhetorical. The implied answer is clear, no one is like God. Therefore, the translation of the name Michael, and thus Micah, is often one of humility. Michael was one of the archangels who stood close to God and carried out his judgments, and as a protector of the ancient Hebrews. Michael was the chief leader of the angels who fought and defeated the dragon, i.e., the devil, hurling him from heaven. As such, he became a symbol of the church militant and a patron saint of soldiers. The name Michael conveys a sense of power, bravery, and strength by its translated meaning, but also a symbol of humility expressed very simply by that question mark. Aside from the clear association with Michael, Micah was also born by a prophet in the Bible, in an Old Testament book that bears his name, dating from the late 8th century BC. Like his contemporary Amos, Micah rebukes the urban elite for their treatment of the poor. Micah becomes a fortune teller of sorts, a prophet, when his foresights are remembered later in Israel's history. He sees a day when Israel and Judah will be destroyed. He is also important to Christianity's early development when he foretells that the King of the Jews will be born in Bethlehem. Micah has been a favorite among the Jewish people, and then the Puritans picked up the name in the 17th century. Personality of the girl named Micah. The number 7 personality is deeply mystical and highly in tune with their spirituality. They operate on a different wavelength than the average Joe. Spending time alone comes easily to 7s, as it gives them time to contemplate philosophical, religious, and spiritual ideas in an effort to find real truth. 7s are wise, but often exude mystery as if they are tapped into something the rest of us don't understand. They love the outdoors and are fed by nature. 7s are constantly seeking to understand human nature, our place in the universe, and the mystery of life in general. This makes them quite artistic and poetic, but they are also keen observers with high intellect, so they are equally scientific-minded. 7s are charitable and care deeply about the human condition. Popularity of the girl named Micah. Micah made an appearance on the female charts in 1978. Around this time we started to see a trend where American parents began to show interest in androgynous-sounding boy names for their baby girls. But let us be clear, the name originated in the ancient Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, as a boy's name. Still, parents have persistently used Micah for females as well. The name saw modest growth for girls during the 1990s but has since reversed its course on the charts. Today, the female version of Micah is dangerously close to falling off the charts, while it's almost a top 100 for baby boys. Female versions of Michael have traditionally been isolated to Michelle or Michaela. With the sounding suffix, we get why parents find this particular name potentially feminine, but it works better for boys. Quick facts on Micah. Gender, girl. Origin, Hebrew. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 878. Pronunciation, Micah. Simple meaning, who is like God? Characteristics of Micah. Imaginative, wise, philosophical, intuitive, mystical, solitary, eccentric. Cultural references to the baby name Micah. Literary characters of the baby name Micah. Micah is the protagonist of Arthur Conan Doyle's 1888 novel of the same name. Micah is a young peasant who joins in the Monmouth Rebellion in 1685, aimed at overthrowing the Catholic King of England. He is a young and naive boy looking for adventure at the novel's start, who becomes a wiser, stalwart adult after many disturbing experiences in the failed rebellion. He also comes to the conclusion that religious extremism is as wrong as heresy, a belief that Sir Arthur himself espoused. He also felt that Micah was one of his finest characters, and rather resented the shadow that the great Sherlock Holmes cast over his other creations. Popular songs on Micah. A song by Five Iron Frenzy, Where is Micah?